Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So today we're going to be doing some bridging. You won't need any props, you'll just need a mat, and I'll go ahead and meet you down on the mat. Okay, so go ahead and lay down, feet flat on the mat, knees bent, about hip distance apart here. And we're going to start by taking a couple deep breaths. So really allowing that breath to widen through the hip bones, the sit bones, the bottom of the rib cage, as if that whole lower half of your torso could inflate like a balloon with your inhale and contract a little bit with your exhale. So let's take that a few times, really making sure to breathe equally through both sides of your body, both front and back. So let's play around with that for just a few deep breaths. And as you're breathing, seeing maybe which side it feels a little tougher to fill with oxygen. And just giving that a little bit of an extra deep inhale. And now as you breathe, seeing if it feels trickier to fill the front or the back side of your body with fresh oxygen. So really feeling as though as you breathe, you could puff out your low back, almost like you'd sink a little bit deeper into the mat. Filling the back of your rib cage. Let's take that one more time, nice and deep. And now to get started, we're going to warm up that lower lumbar spine with a couple pelvic curls or pelvic tilts. So you're going to feel like you're lengthening out your tailbone before you gently curl the tailbone, letting that pelvis tilt, just so you're sitting more so on the top of what would be your back pants pockets, before then setting everything back down. And we'll take that a couple times, so really feeling as though you're lengthening and curling. And letting the rest of the body just be relaxed. No need to tense anything else as you do this small movement. And so we'll take this next one up into a bridge, and this is an opportunity for you to, as always, just listen to your body. And so as you take this curl into a bridge, feeling into the height that feels good for you. So maybe it's a really low bridge, maybe you're able to take it a little bit higher, but feeling into and paying attention to what feels good for your body. So all of these movements are just an invitation. So let's start to lengthen and curl that tailbone. And then as if that pubic bone is on a little elevator up towards the ceiling, we'll start to lift. Making sure you're not clenching the butt as you do. So keeping that breath coming in nice and deep and full. And then we'll start by sinking the sternum here and allowing that spine to melt back down on the mat, starting with your sternum. Letting that tail curl be the last thing to unwind. And we'll take that again here, lengthening through the tailbone. And finding a little lift up into your bridge. And then sinking through the sternum, allowing that spine just to gently melt back down onto the mat. And so we'll take this one again, and we'll pause at the height of the bridge here. Adding in another layer of sensory or proprioception here. So tuning into the feet as you're in your bridge, making sure that you have an equal weight on both the insides and the outsides of your feet as you then start to sink the sternum and melt back down. And so we'll take that again, really allowing those feet to maintain an equal pressure on the inside and the outside. The height of your bridge here, just allowing those back pants pockets to reach through your body to the front pants pockets, hypothetically here, before you melt back down. And so here we'll just shake out, wiggle the hips a little bit before we move on to the next one. So with the height of the bridge, we'll pause again. So just gently coming up to your bridge. And so now we're gonna just tilt the pelvis so it's heavier on the left side, bringing it back to center. Tilt it so it's heavier on the right side, back to center. And again, tilting here, back to center, tilting here, and back to center. Again, keeping that equal inside-outside pressure through the feet. Pause here at the center and melting back down. And we'll do that one more time. So if you need to pause to give yourself a little wiggle through the hips, feel free to do so. Find that inside-outside pressure equally through the feet before taking that curl again. And once you're all the way up here, we'll tilt from one side to the other, nice and slow and controlled. Remembering to breathe. Last one. And then slowly just melting back down onto the mat. And so from here, let's just stretch this out a little bit. So lengthening those feet, reaching through the heels, and then pointing the toes. Couple more, reaching through the heels, pointing the toes. And now, you can leave one leg stretched out. You're gonna bring, as you're able, the other leg just in towards your torso as you reach through the opposite heel. Nice little stretch through the hips. And then we'll switch sides. One more set here. Again, reaching through that heel. As you're able, bring that leg in towards your torso for this single leg stretch. And then bringing both feet again, planted here about hip distance apart, making sure you've got that equal inside-outside pressure through the feet. And we'll take that tail curl here again. Maybe feeling into the difference before we began. And so we'll take one more type of bridge here where we start that tail curl, coming up into a bridge. And so now, holding that bridge, I'm gonna bring your arms up, plant those arms heavy into the shoulder sockets, and keep them up as you slowly start to melt down. So again, starting with that sternum, melting back down, letting that tail curl be the last thing to unwind. And then you can slowly let those arms rest beside you. And we'll take that again. So keeping the arms up allows you to create a little bit of extra length through the torso as you melt back down on the mat. So let's start that gentle tail curl again, coming to the height of your curl before lifting off into your bridge. And then arms up, plugging them into those sockets, keeping them in place and heavy as you start to melt back down. Setting the arms beside you, you can give your hips again a little wiggle out here. Maybe take one more pelvic curl just to feel into the difference. Okay, so I hope that you found this supportive. I hope that your back, your hips feel a little bit looser, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise YouTube channel with more tools to help you feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. Take care.